Hello, and welcome to my first weekly vlog, or day of those weekly vlogs. Today, I am starting my first day back to school, back to my architectural college after 4 months of work term. Thought it'd be good to just start this new year with new style of video with some vlogs every week. I sort of considered maybe doing it as a daily thing and then pushed it back and felt it would just work better as a weekly thing, especially just giving me more time and not having to worry about getting these things edited and up right at the end of the day, especially for a few things like Tuesday, tomorrow. I have a class that goes until 7 o'clock, so like that would just be a bit too late for the thing. But this morning, I'm just getting everything ready, and I do want to do a few Lego related things. I have my breakfast first, which got some blueberry muffins and some cheese and some fruit. I have a few reviews for January 1st stuff that I want to do. So this is the first one, which I don't even remember what the Dragonian Storm Village, I think is what it was, from Ninjago. It's the set with Moro in it. I quite like it, and gotta get that out. And then this little dragon as well with Lloyd. And then the Series 24s, all the January stuff I built so far. I'm gonna probably have a stream, maybe just one this week, while I get back into the groove of everything. And then maybe up that to 2, I don't know. But I have a bunch of other January 1st stuff that I need to do, or build, and I'll probably do those on streams. So, it is 9 o'clock, and my first class is at 3. I have a bus there. It's pretty close to me, so the bus is just so easy. It's a pretty short ride, and or relatively short, I guess, but yeah, so I think I have that at 1:50, gets me there at around 2 something. And then, yeah, I have my first class back, which I'm excited for, especially as this is my sort of home stretch of this whole thing. It's my final year, and I just have 8 months of school now, 2 semesters worth of it. And yeah, so that is that. Thought I'd give a bit of an intro to these weekly vlogs, and now try to figure out what to film to make these remotely interesting for the next 7 days. Well, I have finished those reviews that I wanted to do. Now I sort of need to get ready for the day. And then after that, I need to sort of do a bit of review on stuff. The last few weeks, or last week pretty much, I've just spent preparing with certain software and stuff like that, especially Revit and CAD. Especially Revit is one I sort of struggled with when I first got introduced to it, and then I've picked it up a little bit more and more, and then I really started to get the grasp this week. Just was getting really comfortable with it, really good with certain shortcuts, different controls and all that, and I'm feeling a lot more comfortable about it. But yeah, got those reviews all done. There's the little minifigures in their wonderful way, and also filmed my favorite segment of those. How well does a Padme minifigure fit, or whose costumes here would work best as a Padme figure? None of them really actually do, sadly. Not as good as Dungeons & Dragons, which surprisingly was actually not that bad compared to other series. But yeah, that's that. See you in the next clip, whenever that is. Maybe it's Tuesday. I feel like this day is just very slow compared to other days, because a lot of in my program in my last 4 semesters, all my first days have been very much earlier, whereas this one's just later in the day, in the afternoon, where and it's like there's nothing really I can sort of do at this point except sort of prepare, read a bit about the class, and I'm about to do that, but I need to sort of get ready first. But I thought I'd take apart these Lego boxes, but it's just very slow compared to the other things, because I've still got almost 4 hours until I leave, and it's just very slow compared to everything else. But yeah, I have pretty much decided just to stop keeping my Lego boxes, and am now will always just flatten and throw these things out, except for maybe like a really cool box, or at least unless it's something like really big, I sort of will just buy a sealed one, because my sealed collection of sets has just grown so much the last year that I can't keep a collection of boxes as well. It's just empty boxes. So goodbye, Lego Ninjago January sets. It was nice to know you. One thing I feel like I have to go over, though, from yesterday was the Golden Globes. I'm quite happy that Sebastian Stan won. They've really seemed to like Emilia Perez a lot more than everyone else, but Anora, nothing. Seems like Brutalist is sort of locked in for a lot of stuff. Wicked seems sort of out of it. It's interesting, so I'm excited for the rest of the award season, though. Hello. I'm in an interesting point here where it's like, I know I have my class. It's just always leads up to a point where I'm like, I keep checking my schedule as if the thing is going to change, even though it's set in stone at this point, considering that it's like 4 or 5 hours before it starts. So, I don't know. But yeah, I'm just sort of going through everything that I'm going to be doing in this one, because today is sort of my main class. It's my main design studio, so it's what I guess would be considered the main one. It's worth the most in any of the semesters. It's the big class of each semester, so I'm sort of just trying to write down some stuff, print out some stuff, and just go over it. But yeah, that's today. I don't think I have too much more to add for today for this vlog, except I guess I have some stuff to pack up. But I'll sort of recap my day, or the end of it, or the rest of it, tomorrow morning. I do have a bit of an earlier day. The earliest day I've probably had in about 2 weeks. So that'll be nice, but it's not that early, really. It's like 7 o'clock. I think I actually have Thursday is my earliest day. It'll probably be around 6. But yeah, that's that. I feel like this day in particular is way longer than it needs to be. I don't know what I want to target for these vlogs, but yeah, it's something, I don't know, I'd like maybe like 10 to 15 minutes, whereas this section alone is going to be like 10, so that's not the best, but that is what it is. It's now at 10, so wonderful. And that is that. Actually, I will show you what I was sort of practicing on and what I was working on when in my last. So I've just rendered it at an extremely pretty low quality, but this is pretty much just what I was sort of practicing on for Revit. It sort of gave me a bunch of different tools to work on. You know, you have paint up there and there, and then just changing walls, curtain walls, changing faces, adding site equipment and stuff like that. And yeah, that was sort of what I was working on for about half a week. So it was fun to just get back into the rhythm of working with Revit once again. Out this Monday, I thought I just should pack up my stuff that I am going to be needing today. My pencil case, of course. I just have every course that I have just split up by a different binder, very similar to a sort of high school type of way of doing it. But yeah, that is really it for today, because I only have one class. I guess I have my mouse and my computer to pack in there, but I will be reading Brotherhood for the next little while. So I guess by the time when I finish it, which won't take this long, it's a pretty short book, I will just give you my thoughts on it. And yeah, that is it for today. And I'll see you tomorrow, Tuesday, which earlier day, my longest day of the week. I sort of go from 8 a.m. to pretty much, I think it's 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's a pretty long day. But yeah, see you then. Well, Tuesday, second day for the vlog. I had my first class earlier this morning, finished a few minutes ago, and it was good. It was just it's my elective for the term. It's an online thing, so I've got a few later in the day. But yeah, my first day was all fine and went well. And yeah, looking forward this one. Of course, it's very much with a first week, just getting back in the groove of everything, and of course introducing everything. But yeah, I think from just the looks of it, it'll be a good term, busy one, but a good one nonetheless. I don't, because today I'm pretty much in a few hours heading out, or an hour heading out. It's pretty much from then on to about 7 o'clock or 8 in the night. So it's I don't think I'll have too much clips. Tomorrow I'm a lot more free, so I might even end up doing a building live stream, because I have a bunch of January sets that I need to build, and see how that goes. But yeah, I've sort of been trying to get like the January reviews and stuff done, but I don't have any more January first sets that I actually have built. I guess I did actually build this little spinner for Ninjago yesterday. Shouldn't have done that. But yeah, I guess I can do that at some point. But yeah, it's Tuesday, and just getting back into the groove of everything, and it's feeling pretty good, and I think it'll go well. I think I'm happy with how my schedule is laid out now, and yeah, so that's that, and probably see you on Wednesday. Well, I thought that this would be my last clip for Tuesday, but then I got a box. As in here, it likely has a certain thing that I sort of get a lot of. This is from Toys R Us, I believe, and it should be some Ninjago sets, I think. I believe that's what it is. I actually had more in this order until they canceled it, I guess, because those were retiring items that they didn't want to ship out. But I ordered this poly bag that I didn't have. This spinner that I also didn't have that I wanted, because I kind of like the Kai minifigure. And then this, because it's a fun set. that I kind of wanted one of before it was gone. And that is that. There was also the Star Wars TIE Interceptor polybag that I ordered here, but that for some reason got shipped in a separate thing, a separate order. I don't know why. It will be just, I guess, a letter mailer that has a polybag in it, but yeah, that's that. And yeah, I guess see you Wednesday. Well, happy Wednesday, and so far the term's going so well. I've got a Lego package here, and a couple Funko Pops that I picked up that I thought I'd show you today. The Lego package is one of the January 1st sets that I wanted to buy, and like a few sets right on their release, it said out of stock. This one, the Formula One sets, the Ferrari pit stop. Yeah, this is one of my favorites probably for January 1st, and one I was quite excited about. And there it is. It's a much smaller box than the box itself, but it's, I guess, a little bit of a long box, so it probably wouldn't have really fit into any of these smaller than that. But yeah, here it is, the Lego City, what is it, the F1 pit stop with pit crew with Ferrari car. A lot of words going into that title. Yeah, it's a cool one. Definitely my favorite of the City Formula One sets. Definitely excited to build it. I should have a stream coming up. It's going to be after this vlog. And building a few of these Formula One sets. Next thing, got a few things at Hot Topic for Funko Pops. Got 3 out of the 4 new Five Nights at Freddy's figures. They didn't have Foxy, so there is Freddy, Chica, and then Bonnie. So these are, of course, the new molds. I had no idea they had those. They have 10-year Five Nights at Freddy's bases. Or Elite, yeah. And yeah, that's cool. I had no idea those. That's cool. So of course these are branded with the 10th year of Five Nights at Freddy's, like a few other pops that came out last year with the Marionette and the Golden Freddy. Unlike that, these are, at least to me, very much seeming to be movie-based figures and not game-based figures, but at the same time, they are very similar. Just by the expressions of the characters, they feel a lot more like the movie ones, but they are branded under the games ones. But yeah, you've got Freddy, Bonnie, Foxy, and Chica in that set. And I think they're pretty cool. Definitely happy to get 3 of them. Still need to get 1 more of them, but they haven't been making all that many Five Nights at Freddy's figures lately, but they've, I think, been releasing some pretty solid ones with these 4. Then the Golden Freddy and the Marionette, I think, have all been quite solid. And yeah, happy to pick those up today. I honestly didn't think they'd still have them by the time I got there, because it's a little bit later in the day, and they only got like 3, I think, of the Freddy and Chica, and then 6 of the Bonnie, so really didn't expect that they'd still have them, but they did. Yeah, some nice figures. Looking now for that Foxy. Hopefully I can get that soon. The only thing I kind of wish they had differently than what they created with them is that they would have been flocked. It's sort of what I've wanted for a little bit, is some flocked Five Nights at Freddy's figures. Of course, they got Springtrap flocked, and I think they might have another one. But I always sort of picture these guys, especially the movie ones in particular, to be a little bit fuzzy. That I sort of wish they had that on the figures, but they don't, just normal figures. But if they ever do release a 4-pack of them flocked or something like that, I definitely pick it up. But yeah, that's Wednesday. Not too much more to do beyond that. I do have a little bit more work to do later today. And then I've got Thursday, which is a pretty busy day, and I honestly don't know when I'll definitely film a little clip of it, but I certainly don't have all that much for Thursday. Friday, I think I'm planning a live stream for building the ARC 170, so that should be fun. Finally doing one of those again. It's been actually no, not 4 months, because I did the Jack Skellington Nightmare Before Christmas set around when that came out, around Halloween. So, but it's still been a little bit, so I'm excited to do a stream at some point, and then Saturday and Sunday I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. Good package, good Lego package today. Finally finish off my January 1st order. It was honestly surprising that it took this long to get here, because I just, I ordered that one the morning of January 1st, and I ordered the other stuff at midnight. And to be a whole, I don't know, 3 or 4 days later is sort of surprising, I feel like, with the stuff. But yeah, that's that, and see you Thursday. Hello, and getting through this week. Had my release class so far with my CAD, so I'm in the CAD labs now, and just getting ready for that, doing some other work on some other stuff while I have an hour before it starts. Yeah, going well. Excited to build some January 1st stuff tomorrow. I need to schedule that live stream and put out a community post for it, which will be, I guess, out by the time this vlog comes out. But it's all going well, and happy with it so far. Yeah, I think going well. So yeah, I don't know. That's sort of a later day today, so I don't really think I'll have too much more for Thursday, which is a good thing considering that I've put together the clips for the first 3 days, and they've totaled up to 20 minutes, which is a bit longer than I would have wanted, but it was mostly because Monday was like 12 or so, 15 minutes just worth of stuff. So yeah, that's that. Don't think I have any packages to open up today, unlike the last couple of days, because I don't think I have anything outstanding. Yeah, I posted my first video, actually, like, first video that I've recorded in a while yesterday with one of the January 1st reviews. I've also started getting into this, which I'm really enjoying. Anakin and Padme's dynamic in it, and then the last chapter just had a decent bit with Dexter Jettster and Obi-Wan, which was really cool. That was sort of an exciting part of it that I really wasn't expecting, and it was fun. It also had a bit with Satine, a sort of a underlying bit of it. She was just sort of mentioned in there, and I'm sort of hoping that it gets a bit more into that. But yeah, it's going well so far, really enjoying it, and yeah, I'll probably see you Friday. Hello, and happy Friday. Happy that it's the last day of the week. It's been a good one. I still have one different course that I've actually haven't had before in quite a few semesters. Like, it's a new one completely, whereas the others are sort of all similar or in some way tied to the others. Whereas I guess this one can be related to a few, but it's definitely not as much the same. But yeah, it's excited for that, and have a stream today building the ARC 170, which I'm quite excited for, as well as yesterday. I was at Walmart and they had a whole new case of these guys, so I got 4 of the Wolfpack Trooper, as I kind of want a few of those sort of to populate the upcoming castle for the faction from the Bricklink Designer Program. So, yeah, need 5 more, which I haven't checked what they're going for on Bricklink. I'm sort of interested in that, but yeah, I'll check that. But I think it was like a full case. It was sort of hard to tell because they put them up on the shelves instead of just stacked up in like rows of 5. But it seemed like it was pretty full, and considering that there were 4 of those guys, and of course, as you would expect, scanning them, they were the last ones that I scanned. So yeah, it seemed like they weren't going to be there, and then right at the end they were. So gonna open those up on the stream, I think. And yeah, excited to build the ARC 170. Of course, it's the downgraded version in a way. I guess not. It's smaller, solid figures. It's always been a ship that I've been attracted to and been one that I've found very interesting in Star Wars. It's, I think, one of the coolest shaped starfighters. And yeah, it was one I enjoyed playing with in like Battlefront and stuff like that. So excited to build it today. And then yeah, it should be a good day. It's just a short day for me. I realize I don't have my watch. I should probably grab that before I leave in like 2 minutes. So yeah, I should do that now.
Doing movie night at home?
Hi, Saturday. Just out and about today, not doing all too much. Got a bit more work to do, but should go well. Bit warmer today, which is nice, not too windy. But just got finished a movie, Mufasa, which was enjoyable. And yeah, that's that. Not really all that much I think I have planned for the weekend, especially since I've got a bit of work to get done, but that will get itself done. Should be pretty good. And yeah, I think the second week of these vlogs might be slightly more interesting because I do have a trip down to Toronto on the Wednesday, just walking around a few things. And yeah, that's that. Hello, and happy Sunday. Last day of the week, last day of the first week, and first week of the weekly vlogs. Today for me is just pretty much a work day. Just have a task of a bunch of things I need to get done. And it's really not too much this week. I just have really one main thing that I want to get done, and then a couple other things that I want to get ahead of. So that's sort of my main thing today, is just pretty much working for the next 6 or 7 hours, but it's going well. Doing my engineering course right now. I usually tend to have like one engineering course each semester, and yeah, so that's the work I'm doing right now for calculating the axial load of columns, which is fun. It's a pretty simple task, I feel like, compared to other ones. There's a lot of parts to it, but it's overall comes together quite easily. But I thought I'd just wrap up this vlog now, and especially considering that the thing is probably getting up to like 30 minutes in length, which is a bit too long for one of these things, but hopefully I can get that shortened down, especially since the first day was sort of a lot of stuff going on. But one thing I did do today that was sort of related to Lego that I thought was somewhat interesting while I knock over the skeleton. So this is the Dragonian Storm Village, the new Dragon's Rising set. I pretty much just combined the 4 Dragons Rising sets that or Season 3 sets that I've bought so far, and sort of fit all the minifigures with those clear stand pieces. I really like those. I think they look really cool for putting minifigures in action, and just put all the characters in there. So you've got Jay and Nia there. Moro's just sort of jumping out of the skull in the center. Nox and Zane going at it. I put the shirtless Zane from the mech in there. I just think that one looks really cool. There's the spinner Kai there. Wildfire's there at the top. Added a few of the dragons. One of my favorite little parts of this. Just having this little dragon right at an angle with the clear pieces just looks really cool. And then a lot of the Dragonians just hanging off the little rope there, one up there. And yeah, it was, I wanted to just combine those, put them together. And yeah, I don't know, because of course there's not much more space, but I do have a few more Ninja that I sort of would need to add to that to have sort of a complete thing. I want to see the thing in the show before I do it, but there's some Technic pins that you can, at the side of the build, but that I'm thinking maybe buy a second one of these, or maybe even a third one, and sort of combining them together. But I want to see how the Dragonian Storm Village actually looks in the show, and if it's something I can just work on with the pieces that I have and create a sort of more accurate Dragonian Storm Village is what I would expect, considering that I'm sort of assuming that the thing is not overly accurate, but who knows, maybe it's alright. It's just definitely a very small build, so I'm assuming that it's missing a lot of the details that you would expect, or that you will actually see come Dragon Rising Season 3 Part 1, whenever that does release, I believe in the spring. So yeah, that was sort of a little task I did before I got to work on these axial loads. But I just have one more problem that I need to work on. Luckily enough, though, it's very similar to the one I just finished, as it's sort of my goal, I guess, is to finish this, of course, as it is accounting for some percentage. It's not a great percentage of my grade, but it's still a bit of it. But it's definitely something, because this particular work has so many steps that it's something I feel like I need to replicate over and over again to really hammer in the concept, or else I'll get to the exam in 5 to 6 weeks and I'll just forget everything, even though the task itself is relatively easy. It's really just pretty much 2 formulas and switching up those numbers. There's just a lot into that, and it can get all mixed around and stuff. You don't really write it out properly, but yeah, it's happy with how this week's gone. It's been a good first week. I think I'm entering a good semester, and it's nice to just get nearer to the end of the whole thing. And I guess looking towards the future is somewhat daunting, but at the same time it's exciting, and that's sort of where I'm at with it right now, where I'm focusing on right now and completing the stuff I can do, but at the same time getting, or just looking to the future and seeing what I can do past this. So yeah, it should be a good semester. Busy one for sure. But there's going to be some cool Lego sets in there that I'm excited to build. So yeah, see you next week for week 2 of these vlogs.